This is Kristen Melinda, and this is page 47, where I take a random book and read page 47 from it and talk about what I think. This book is going to be Memories, Dreams, and Reflections by Jung. I thought we'd go light today. Ooh. I may have already read this page 47 on here. I'm not sure if I have. It's literally just the one sitting by my bed. So here's page 47. I wondered, could he have me, his son, put to the knife as a human sacrifice, like Isaac, or deliver him to an unjust court which could have him crucified like Jesus? No, he could not do that. Therefore, in some cases, he could not do the will of God, which can be absolutely terrible, as the Bible itself shows. It became clear to me that when people are exhorted, among other things, to obey God rather than man, this is said just casually and thoughtlessly. Obviously, we do not know the will of God at all, for if we did, we would treat this central problem with awe, if only out of sheer fear of the overpowering God who can work his terrifying will on helpless human beings as he had done to me. Could anyone who pretended to know the will of God have foreseen what he had caused me to do? In the New Testament, at any rate, there was nothing comparable. The Old Testament, and especially the book of Job, might have opened my eyes in this respect, but at that time I was not familiar enough with it. Nor had I heard anything of the sort in the instruction for confirmation, which I was then receiving. The fear of God, which was of course mentioned, was considered antiquated, Jewish, and long since superseded by the Christian message of God's love and goodness. The symbolism of my childhood experiences and the violence of the imagery upset me terribly. I asked myself, who talks like that? Who has the impudence to exhibit a phallus so nakedly and in a shrine? Who makes me think that God destroys his church in this abominable manner? At last, I asked myself whether it was not the devil's doing, for that it must have been God or the devil who spoke and acted in this way was something I never doubted. I felt absolutely sure that it was not myself who had invented these thoughts and images. These were the crucial experiences of my life. It was then that it dawned on me. I must take the responsibility. It is up to me how my fate turns out. I had been confronted with a problem to which I had to find the answer. And who posed the problem? Nobody ever answered me that. I knew that I had to find the answer out of my deepest self, that I was alone before God, and that God alone asked me these terrible things. Wow. That's heavy. That's pretty heavy. But the first couple paragraphs, I feel like I kind of needed context to really know what was going on there. I think he's telling a story about his life, his confirmation as a kid, something like that. But that end part, I must take the responsibility. It is up to me how my fate turns out. That's what I really take away from this. Like, no matter how many people care about me, no one's coming to save me but me, right? And really, that's how it is for everyone. Food for thought. That I should be a participant in my own life and not a spectator. That's what I really take from it. But I could be full of it. What do you think? Bye.